What's up, my friend? I hope you're doing well. And today I just wanted to have a quick chat with you regarding three reasons why you would want to use Kajabi and then three reasons why you wouldn't want to use Kajabi. So there's always pros and cons to really any platform you entertain using, right? And Kajabi is no exception. So I really want to make a case for the yes and the no on both sides today. And hopefully by the end, you can gain some clarity there. So without further ado, let's kind of jump in. First of all, one of the big reasons to use Kajabi is for its all-in-one nature. And a lot of platforms more and more nowadays are claiming to be all-in-ones, whereas they're actually not. But Kajabi, I actually believe that they really do back up that claim. Now, of course, using those individual components on Kajabi, none of them will be as, let's say, fully fledged or have all the features that are included within a dedicated platform that specializes in that area, right? So, for example, Kajabi does email marketing. While the email marketing is quite advanced and you can do a whole bunch within the system, like the tagging, the segmentation, the way you switch in and out of sequences, things like that, it's not going to have as much flexibility as, let's say, ConvertKit or MailChimp. But at least for me, what it does offer in email marketing and all the other features it has is more than enough for most business owners. And at the end of the day, what are we really trying to focus on? We're trying to create change in our students' lives, right? We want to transform our customers' experiences. We just want to make their lives better. And getting caught up in all the technical details and trying to see if this has this feature or this is this feature, like that just takes time away from what really is important. So I think Kajabi strikes that balance really well in all the features and benefits that it offers in its products within the platform. So its all-in-one nature is really a big selling point, I think, and it really does ring true, I would say. So the email marketing, the website builder, your course builder, your membership site, and a community builder, all of that stuff is included within the platform. So as you kind of get used to the workflow of Kajabi, then everything else starts to become easier as well because you know what to expect from the platform. So the all-in-one nature is really important. Number two is the simplicity. So full disclaimer here, it took me probably 2 to 3 weeks to really get comfortable with using Kajabi. I was transitioning from Podia, which is a much simpler platform, but as a result, it had a lot less features as well. And as I was growing my business, I was realizing that I was lacking those features that I needed to really grow and scale my business. So hence why I switched over to Kajabi, and naturally there was a learning curve there. So it did take me a couple of weeks to really learn how everything was linked up together, all the features that were actually offered. I was like, whoa, there's actually templates for my website and templates for my emails and things like that. Like I don't just start with a blank slate, right? And all of that stuff was a little bit overwhelming at first. But after those couple of weeks, and when I started to use Kajabi more and more, I realized that it's actually quite simple once you understand how it kind of functions and links together throughout its entire ecosystem, which is really cool. And so overall, the simplicity is there, and it doesn't try to overcomplicate things to any degree, which I think is really important. Because for me, I'm not a technical person at all. When it comes to using technology, I get frustrated really easily. So if I can use a platform that can get the job done very efficiently, quickly, and makes it fun to use as well, then for me, it's a no-brainer. And Kajabi does deliver on that end for sure. And then another great reason to use Kajabi, this is the third reason, is its support system. So if you're on the growth plan or the pro plan, which is the second and the third tiers, they offer 3 tiers, then you have access to their 24/7 chat support. Now, this has been a lifesaver for me in many situations, especially in those first 2-3 weeks when using Kajabi and getting onboarded to the platform. I had lots of questions like, ooh, does this link work? Or what does this term mean in Kajabi? Or, how come my website's not displaying this properly? And I think like maybe 95% of the time, these people would not only have answers, but they would also be walking me. They would be walking me through the process of actually how to actually fix my problem. They would do it on their end and then take pictures for me, snapshots, and then share them with me so I could see exactly what they did and that how I could replicate their process. And they always have a positive attitude. I think that makes the customer experience great or bad. Like whether you have someone who's really into what they're doing and they really want you to succeed, you can feel that through the chat support, right? Whereas someone who's kind of disinterested, they don't really care, they give you the bare minimum, you can tell that as well. And it's very, very rare that you get that on Kajabi. I'll be completely honest. Maybe 95% has been completely positive, and I really, really like that. The fact that it's also 24/7 chat support negates any fear of time zone issues. So let's say you live in Australia, or you live in Canada where I live, or you live in Russia, wherever, you're always going to be able to get access to someone. And Kajabi has really tried to bring in as many Kajabi experts as possible on their support team to be able to help as many people as possible. And I think the longest I've ever had to wait in line for someone was probably 5 minutes. Even though there were like, let's say 30 people in line, the numbers just dwindled quickly. And by the time I reached, 5 minutes, it was basically my turn already. So really, really great chat support. And that's something that has a lasting effect on me personally as a customer. So those are 3 reasons to use Kajabi. Again, the all-in-one nature, it's simple to use, and it features great support. Now, why wouldn't you want to use Kajabi? And these are some things that I think people bring up, and for good reason. Number one is the price. People are scared away by the price. It's inevitable. Kajabi is definitely one of the premium options. It's not the most premium option of these all-in-one course platforms. And for someone who's just starting out, who has basically no budget, Kajabi might seem like a very scary thing to take on right away. And that's totally fair, totally justifiable. That's one reason I went with Podia in the beginning, was because I didn't want to spend as much. The thing is, the way I would compare maybe a cheaper platform to Kajabi would be like, the cheaper platform allows you to get up and running and kind of test the waters to see if online business is the right fit for you. But as you continue to grow, and as you begin to scale and take it more seriously and put more of that work, and your path becomes more exponential as the momentum builds, then these cheaper platforms, you will start to find those limitations because there will be less features. Maybe there's less support, and you have to wait longer for answers, or maybe they just don't know the answers. Maybe the platform itself just can't handle certain things you want to do. That's when you start to realize, okay, maybe I need a better tool now that I've actually gotten to a point where I can really scale and I really want to grow this thing. That's when something like Kajabi comes in. And at the same time, you might think Kajabi is expensive because the cheapest plan starts at like $120 a month. And that's if you're on the annual plan for the basic plan, right? But if you look at everything that it actually comes with, email marketing, websites, course builder, membership hosting, all of that stuff, if you took those individual components and brought in separate services, specialized services for those, and take them all together to create your online business, that could cost you upwards of $300-400 a month, $500 a month if you used more of those features. Whereas Kajabi is only a fraction of that cost. So if you think long term, if you think of the value of what Kajabi offers compared to the price that they're charging, then you start to realize, well, actually, in the grand scheme of things, it's actually not that expensive, because if I were to, again, pay for these services separately that Kajabi actually offers, then that would be costing me a lot more per month. So it depends on kind of like your initial budget, I would say. If you have a few $100 that you can spare a month to spend and just start with Kajabi from the very, very beginning, then in my opinion, you have that foundation set and you won't ever have to switch again. For most entrepreneurs, I would say, So yes, it might look expensive up front, but when you realize what is actually included in your service in Kajabi's platform, like all the products you have available to you, and you want to take advantage of them, that's when the value of Kajabi skyrockets. Because again, paying individually for those platforms can cost you so much more every single month, every single year. The second reason why you might not want to use Kajabi, and something that scares people off, is that they think there's a learning curve. And absolutely true. I just mentioned that I had to go through a learning curve when using Kajabi. And it took me a couple weeks. I had to consistently rely on chat support to help me out there. But, maybe it's just my personality, right? Like maybe there are people who would click with Kajabi right away. The way their ecosystem works and the way everything is set up, maybe it would be super intuitive for you. You just don't know until you try. And at the end, I'll share with you an extended free trial so you can get up and running and see if Kajabi is the right fit for you, right? But absolutely, like it takes time to learn something new. But I think if you take it seriously and really put it into practice, then it becomes worth it in the long run, because then you get accustomed to the workflow and you can see how it starts to really benefit your customer experience and you as the course creator as well. So yes, there might be a learning curve, but with the support system that they give you, and they also have a dedicated Facebook group, for Kajabi users. You could ask questions there as well. They're very supportive and you can get up and running very, very quickly. So that's the second con, is the learning curve. And then the third thing that people say is that, yeah, I mean, Kajabi has a ton of benefits that it offers, but those individual components might not have all the features I need. And this is where I ask, well, what really matters, right? Like, what are you trying to achieve with your business? Are you more interested in looking at every single feature that a platform offers, or are you more focused on actually just growing your business and making sure that you're serving your customers along the way, right? Or you could say the other way around. Are you more focused on serving your customers first and then growing your business along the way? For me, the latter option is more attractive, because as someone who just wants to get up and running, someone who wants to use something that is just out of the box, feels great, works great, and inspires me to work better, that for me is way more important than trying to get to know every single feature of every single platform that I use. So if I used ConvertKit, right, which I did before, I probably was just scratching the tip of the iceberg in terms of the features that I was using in the platform. Whereas with Kajabi's email marketing, it's simpler than ConvertKit. It offers less features, but it is also giving me more than enough than what I need for my business. So basically, I need email sequences that can send emails automatically. I need broadcast emails. I need to be able to send onboarding emails. I need to be able to send promotional emails. All that stuff and more is included inside the platform. So a bit of the complication, right, is sacrificed for a more seamless customer experience from your perspective, right? So you might not have all the features that a dedicated platform may have, but at the end of the day, those things really don't matter as long as the tools that you are using can get the job done. And for me, Kajabi does get the job done and more. And that's why I can heavily recommend the platform overall, is because I've seen my business grow as a result of using just the one platform, Kajabi, and really focusing on what matters is creating the content, creating that free content to build your audience, build your email list on Kajabi, and then promote to them, sell to them, give them value, all that stuff. So those are the three cons. It's pricier, there's a learning curve, and it doesn't have all the features possible. But in my opinion, those three cons are easily outweighed by the pros. The all-in-one nature of Kajabi it's just so much simpler and it saves you so much time. So for me, that's a no-brainer. Number two, it's simple to use after you overcome the learning curve, which might take you even shorter than it did for me. It might take you like a day or two to get accustomed to the way Kajabi works. And then after that, it becomes really simple to use. And then number three, having that great support system. If you are stuck at any point along the way, you can always reach out to them, or the Facebook group, right? Or there's Kajabi University. They give you these tons and tons of videos and articles you can read to answer any questions you might have. It's just a great place to be, and I'm definitely a proud Kajabi customer. So all that being said, right, only you'll really know what's the right fit for you. And if because you're watching this channel, you probably have an interest in Kajabi to some degree, right? So my recommendation is, if you're just starting out from the very, very beginning, you're not really sure if you want to do online business and you kind of want to just dip your toes in the water, but you don't want too much of a commitment right away, then something like maybe Teachable, something like Podia, something like Thinkific, there's a whole bunch of platforms you can choose. Those might be a good fit for you because it allows you to get in, start creating a course, let's say for very, very cheap, and you can start selling, but just do note that they might take some transaction fees. They might take, a percentage of your sales, things like that. Whereas if you start with Kajabi, then you know that you're starting on the right foot, no matter what, if you're an online course creator or membership creator. And yes, you do pay a little bit more upfront at the very beginning, but as your business continues to grow and scale, you'll more than easily make that back. And you'll see Kajabi is a great long-term investment, which at the end of the day is serving to grow your business. And the team behind Kajabi is continuing to serve and continuing to update and make Kajabi the best platform it can be. And having having a wonderful team that is dedicated to the success of a product, I think is really important. If I was on a product or a platform that that it wasn't maintained, if no one really cared about it, then I would feel like, well, why am I even using it if I know it's not going to get any better, right? Kajabi is the opposite. It really tries to continue striving to get better every single month, and the customers are, really benefiting from that. And I can speak from experience there. So anyway, if you're interested in trying out Kajabi for yourself, they typically offer a 14-day free trial on their website, but I want to give you an extended 30-day free trial using my affiliate link below in the description box. And that just means that, if you become a paying member of Kajabi after your free trial, then part of your payment will come back to support me and this channel. You won't be charged anything else, like any addition to your monthly fee, but part of that payment will come back to support me, which I greatly appreciate. No obligation, of course, but just so you know, you can grab that extended free trial by using my link below. And in addition to that, I want to give you 2 bonus mini courses for free as a thank you when you use my link. So the first one you'll get immediately after signing up for your free trial, and it's called Kajabi in 30 days. So this mini course walks through exactly how I would approach Kajabi from the very beginning to the very end. If I was a new user, I walk you through every single step of the way so you can get up and running using Kajabi within a few days if you really wanted to. If you want to binge watch all the videos and put that into practice, you can get your system up and running in Kajabi very, very quickly. And this second mini course is called Content Marketing for Creatives. So this goes over the business model I'm currently using to build my business using Kajabi, and I'll show you how I can add free value to the world, but also monetize my knowledge on the back end. And I'll show you how that all works and how you can put that into practice as well. So both of these courses are extremely valuable, but again, I want to give them to you as a thank you for free when you use my link below. And you can get access to Content Marketing for Creatives when you become a paying member of Kajabi. You can just email me with your receipt and I'll send it right over to you. Thank you again for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll catch you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.